welcome to another episode of the Sean Farrell podcast. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get right into it. So, what is it like to live with suicidal thoughts every day? Okay. What is it like to live with suicidal thoughts? For those of you who watch my channel regularly, you know that I'm at risk of suicide every day. I'm at risk for suicide every day. To the ones who are new, now you know I'm at risk for suicide every single day. Okay, I'm at risk for suicide every single day. Okay, because I attempted. Okay, I self-harmed. I did carry some things in my bag. Not gonna say what those things were. I did carry some things in my gym bag, just in case I got the urge. So I'm gonna do my best to give you all the cliff notes, not the story, okay? But in the process of giving y'all the cliff notes, I may tell y'all a story, okay? But I'll try not to, okay? So I was talking at the suicide prevention walk, telling my story to the hundreds of people who were gathered out at the suicide prevention walk here in Memphis last year. And I mentioned that I went through some things in 2022 and 2023 that really reignited that desire to end my life, okay? It reignited that desire to end my life. So we'll just start there. Met a woman on Instagram, claimed she was a follower of Jesus Christ. And got catfish, swindled out of money. And that was the thing that I was talking about at the suicide prevention walk last year as I was telling my story. And I called her every nasty name in the book that I could think of. And that's what I thought of her because of what she did. And that was humiliating. That was embarrassing. That I could not see that coming. I was humiliated. I was embarrassed on my part. And I was angry at myself. And as far as I was concerned, I couldn't be here no more. I was too humiliated by what just happened. So I wanted to end my life, but I didn't. I said, I asked the question to you, the people, what's it like living with suicidal thoughts every single day, or being at risk of suicide every single day? You may, I know for you people, you may have your takes on what it's like every day. For me, my take is this: what's it like to live with suicidal thoughts and Being at risk of suicide every day. Okay. It's like crossing the I-55 bridge here in Memphis. Okay. It's like crossing the I-55 bridge here in Memphis at night. Okay. The bridge that divides Arkansas and Tennessee. That bridge has always scared the hell out of me. The shape of that bridge has always scared the hell out of me. Scared the hell out of me, even during the day. Even during the day. The shape of that bridge just scared the... I'm going to drop an F-bomb here. I'm about to drop an F-bomb here. Crossing that bridge during the day scared the fuck out of me because of the way that bridge was shaped. And it's still virtually the same shape it was in 1949 as it is today in 2024. Okay? That bridge has been sitting there since 1949. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, so I hear they're gonna build a new I-55 bridge to supplant that old bridge. Okay. But back to the main point. It's like crossing the I-55 bridge at night. There are no lights on that bridge. There are no lights on the I-55 bridge at night. The only lights are from cars and trucks. The only lights on that bridge are from cars and trucks. And the lanes ain't nothing but that big. That is one of the most cramped bridges. And I-55 is a cramped bridge, okay? On both sides. Going into Arkansas, the lanes are cramped. Coming back into Tennessee, the lanes are cramped, okay? So it's like crossing the I-55 bridge at night. It's dark, dangerous, no lights. That's what it's like for me personally to live with being at the risk of suicide, living suicidal ideation every day. Okay. One of the things that people ask themselves when they're in a severe state of depression is, why am I not good enough for anybody? Okay, why am I not good enough for anybody? And I just so happened to ask myself this question a short while ago. There was this young lady I was talking to. Okay. There was a young lady I was talking to, and Christian woman, loves Jesus, goes to church, and I really felt it was going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, bam, ghosted. I guess that's a new way of telling people that I'm not interested in you no more. That's a new way in 2024, I guess. But yeah, it stopped. Ghosted. So you begin to ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not good enough? Am I not desired? Am I not desirable? Am I that unlovable? Okay? Am I just that unwanted? Am I just that unwanted? And you ask yourself those questions. I believed him. And thought about suicide because I didn't want to be a burden to anybody, and I was saying to myself in that time, what's the point of being here if I'm not desirable, if I'm not loved, if I'm not desirable, if I'm not loved, if I'm not wanted? What's the point of being here? What's the point of being here? I might as well go on ahead and end it now, because they won't care. Okay? They won't care. These are the things. This is what it's like to live with suicidal thoughts. And being at the risk of suicide every day. Okay? Kevin Hines, guy who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay? I can remember him saying the moment he jumped, it was an instant moment of regret. He was just hoping that God would save him. As he jumped, there was eventually a whale in the ocean that ran up under him. Okay? There was eventually a whale in the ocean that swam up under him. So the whale was holding him up the whole time. The whale was holding him up the whole time. And he survived. Broken bones, injuries. His dad said, hey, when you get hit better, you got to talk about this. You got to talk about this. And Kevin Hines also says that when he calls his dad, or when his dad gets a phone call, he says his dad gets nervous because he thinks his son might have attempted again. He thinks his son might have attempted again. Yeah. 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 So, yeah, so people worry about you. Yeah, so there are certain people out there who worry about you. There are certain people out there who worry about you when you when they get a phone call. They may think it's something about you. Okay? They may think it's something about you. I can remember a few months ago. Okay? A few months ago, when I was moving out, but didn't quite work out the way that I want, that I was hoping it would. But I remember I was at work one night. Okay, I was at work one night, and when I got off, and when I got off work, and I was going into my second job. Okay, and I was going into my second job. I saw that I had 6 phone calls. I saw that I had 6 phone calls from my mom. Okay, and she was thinking the worst, and she thought the worst. She thought the worst. She thought the absolute worst, because my space was like completely cleaned out, and she thought the absolute worst. Yeah. So I ended up texting her back saying, hey, I'm at work. I'm moving out of the house. Then the level of concern went way down. Okay. Level of concern went way down. Okay. So 2022 may have been 2022. Yeah. 2012 may have been the darkest year for me mentally. 2012 may have been the darkest year for me mentally. I was in such a bad place mentally. When I say it was dark, it was dark. Couldn't see no way out. I-55 bridge at night. Dark, dangerous. Yeah. Dark, dangerous, no light. And if I could go back in time, in 2012, if I was that was probably the height of my suicidal ideation right there in 2012. I call it 2012 from hell. Okay. And if I could go back in 2012, go back to 2012, that dark period, I probably would have attempted. Truth. Just being honest, that's the truth. That's how much pain I was in mentally. That's just how much pain I was in mentally. Okay. I've had friends who have told me, hey, I've driven on bridges and I have visions of throwing myself. Yeah. That's what it is like. That's what it is like. And you got to manage. And you got to watch your thoughts. Manage your thoughts. Fight those thoughts. Every day. You got to fight them. Every day. Every day. You got to fight them. Okay. So, let me just end on this right here. Okay. Let me just end on this. Had a friend. Okay. Had a friend. Won't name names. Won't name names. I believe it was in 2022 or 2023. Okay. And he was telling a story of how he attempted to end his life. Okay. He used to be on drugs. Okay. Used to be on drugs. He's been clean for a year now. Okay. He's been clean for a year. And he said he put the gun to his head. He put the gun to his head. And the gun did not go off. He said he put the gun to his head. And the gun did not go off. Pulled the trigger, but it did not go off. That had to be an act of God. Had to be. Had to be an act of God. Had to be an act of God. Had to be an act of God. And what's the reason why I'm here telling y'all my story? Well, God was with me the whole time. God is with me, was with me the whole time. And Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. And here I am, telling you all this, telling you all these different stories, and praying that this video reaches a ton of people. Okay. Just goes to show you that God is always right there with you. God is always right there with you. Okay. And he was with me. He was with my good friend when the gun didn't go off. He was there. Okay. He was there when I unsuccessfully attempted. Okay. He was there. And again, I just pray that this reaches a lot of people. Okay. God is always there. Okay. Always. That's one of the reasons why I say at the beginning of my videos, God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ is Lord. Okay. God is always there. And so, I just pray that this video reaches a lot of people. I just pray it inspires a lot of people. I pray this sparks conversations about suicide, because we need to talk about it. It happens every 40 seconds. It happens every 40 seconds. It should not be ignored. Every 40 seconds, it happens. It should not be ignored. Period. We don't ignore murders. We don't ignore drug addiction. We don't ignore people who have cancer. We don't ignore people who break their legs. We don't. Why are we ignoring suicide? Let's talk about it. Okay? Let's get some conversations going. Then once we get conversations going, let's get more conversations going. And let me just say this. You are loved. You do matter. You're not a burden. To everyone out there who's watching this video, you are all these things. Loved. Not a burden. You're lovable. You're desirable. You're wanted. You are loved. You matter to a lot of people. I sometimes still think I don't matter to a lot of people. I still struggle with that thinking from time to time, but I do. I do who matter. Most important of all, there's always God. There's always God. He is great. Hope. Hope. You are worthy. You are loved. You do matter. You're not a burden. I pray that this reaches a whole lot of people. All right, y'all. Peace out. I got one more thing. Okay, one more thing. There is someone who is celebrating 5 years of sobriety. Okay, 5 years of sobriety from meth addiction. Okay, 5 years. We've had conversations, and she's told me several times she has thought about it. But here she is, 5 years later, sober. Now, God bless you all. Peace out.